Hey, how you doing, folks? Well, welcome to the Final Score. I'm Scott Abraham. Thank you for tuning in. This year, the beast of the Henlopen Conference resides in Woodside. The Polytech boys basketball team is a scary team to face on that court. They can score, they can play defense, and they have a tremendous home court advantage with the Panthers' sixth man behind them. Tonight, Polytech took their show on the road with a big-time matchup against Dover. WBOC's Chanel Douglas covered the game and joins us in the Dover newsroom with those highlights.
Scott, I was at their first meeting a couple weeks ago in Woodside. Let me tell you, that gym was rocking. There is a rivalry on the court, but also in those stands with the student sections. Tonight, we added another chapter to their growing rivalry. The Senators and the Panthers is our game of the week. In their first meeting, Polytech won by 4. We pick up this game late in the second. Senators leading 31-20. Michael Douglas inside the paint and pushes up for 2, stretching out that lead. Just seconds left in the second. Panthers trailing 34-26. John Pierce with the ball. He sets it up for Jawan Gray for this beauty. That was just too easy for the big guy. Gray with 11 points in the game. Panthers trying to cut that lead down. In the third, Jordan Allen with a quick pass to Jaleel Mosley for the layup. Senators leading by 8. Fourth quarter, just seconds left on the clock. It's Gray to Devon Mallory, and wait for it, a monster dunk to seal the deal. The Panthers come out victorious, beating Dover 53-51.
We love having games like this. It helps us get better, helps us work harder, and it just shows that we have more trust in one another.
Every win is going to help us, but we need wins like this one right here, a nice, close, tight win to get us ready for the state tournament.
With the win, Polytech improves to 11-1 on the season. They return to action on Tuesday at Hodgson. In Camden, Caesar Rodney battling Cape Henlopen. Fourth quarter, Vikings down 31-27. The quick pass is to Jordan Howell for an easy one-hander in a basket to cut the edge down. Very next play, the ball gets to Howell again, and he just throws it up high for the jumper to tie up the game. Less than a minute left, game tied at 33, is Cashwan Davis putting up the basket and one. He'll get 2 and the foul. And that'll help the Riders get the win in overtime to beat the Vikings 47-41. South Division's hustle, Woodbridge facing Milford. Early in the game, Blue Raiders with the ball. It's moving around and gets in the hands of Byron Lake for the layup. Woodbridge first on the board. A few plays later, Henry Neesmith heading into some traffic but hits this nice Air Jordan to put the Bucks in motion. Still in the first, Neesmith will get the ball right back, and look at his reach. He led the Bucks with 19 points tonight, and can you see why? Later, it's a little game of hot potato for the basket. Who's gonna get it? Randy DuPoint pushes up, and he'll be the lucky one to make it. DuPoint with 21 points for the Blue Raiders. That helped to they put up a good fight, but it's Milford who's going to walk away on top. The Bucks winning it 48-43. At the net, Seaford up against Lake Forest. Early in the game, the Blue Jays with the ball is Hughes with the drive and the assist to RJ Smith, who just tosses it in. Seaford on top. Few plays later, Smith gets the ball again. He's taking it all the way to the house and hits the layup to keep Seaford on top. Smith leading the way with 23 points tonight. Still in the first, Blue Jays keeping busy. Hughes with a jumper and is nothing but net. That's 2 of 12 points for Hughes. Later in the game, Lake Forest with it. Cornish knocking one down from the Spartans from the corner, but that's not going to be enough. Seaford will get the win 78-71. Girls basketball, Milford hosting Woodbridge. Blue Raiders with ball first. Yasmin Hill goes for 3 and she'll get it. Woodbridge first to strike. That'll be 3 of 11 points for Hill tonight. Later, the pass is to Brittany Roberts. She just throws it up and makes it. Blue Raiders leading by 6 now. Still in the first, the pass is to Lisa Eek from behind the arc. She chipped in with 10 points of her own tonight. Later in the game, it's Jamisha Baker driving into the basket and barely gets it up in time, but she'll manage to get the foul and the point. But that won't be enough to get the win. Woodbridge wins it 45-25. In Woodside, Polytech taking on Dover. Early in the first, Panthers with the ball. The pass is deep down to Sabrina Tilley for the layup and two. Polytech with an early lead. A few plays later is Juliana Petrucci with it. She almost loses it but keeps possession and knocks one down for the Senators. Dover still down 3-2. Still in the first, Panthers Fatima Edwards going for it but doesn't quite get it. Kyra Black right there to recover. Polytech leading by 3. Later, Dyra going for the jump shot, misses. There's a little tussle for the rebound, but it'll get in the hands of Kyra Moore for this one-handed beauty. Moore has 16 points tonight. Wins it 52-32. In the South Division, Del Mar hosting Indian River. Late in the first, Del Mar's Carly Covington misses her jumper, managed to get it right back and recovers with a layup. A few plays later, not to be outdone, IR's Patrina Practon going for 3, misses. Houston grabs the rebound and finishes it off. Second quarter, Taylor Billinger with the assist. It gets it right back in the hands of Houston for the layup. This game is getting close. Later, Covington going for 3 again, misses. Holmes grabs the rebound and puts it up for 2. But it's the Indians that will come out with the win. IR beating Del Mar 48-45. Other girls basketball scores: Smyrna falls to Sanford 57-24, and Lake Forest all over Seaford. Now it's time for me to reveal my student section of the week. I've been out of the mix while I was on vacation, so unfortunately, I really only have 2 days of games to go off of. Tonight, it was a battle in Dover between the Senators and the Panthers. Both student sections brought their A game. It was packed and it was loud tonight, but I'm going to have to give the edge to the Panthers' 6th man once again. Not only did they travel to Dover, but they dominated. They even let me ride in a roller coaster, which I have to say was quite the experience. Polytech, you guys continue to impress and have set the bar extremely high. So the challenge has been made to the rest of Del Mar. Do you have a better student section? Send us your pictures and you could be featured right here on The Final Score. Scott, each week these student sections keep getting better and better. I know we are all waiting to see who your pick is. Did the Bleachers Creatures outdo themselves again, or were they finally brought down by another contender? We're all waiting, Scott.
Chanel Douglas on the roller coaster. I absolutely love it. I think I've seen it all. I think Polytech, I need to take a trip up there and take a ride on the coaster myself. We're just getting started on The Final Score, my friends. The Stephen Decatur boys basketball team loaded the bus for a tussle with Pocomoke, plus the Battle of Georgetown at the Castle. The Sussex Central boys basketball team tried to hand their crosstown rival Sussex Tech a big L. Stay with us. The Final Score rolls on.